Sorrell, Managing Director of Entrepreneurship for the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And gotta say, I love how friendly it is in the UP. It's so friendly that we got a police escort across the bridge. So that was nice. Slowed us down a little bit yesterday. So real quickly on MEDC, it's been around since 1999. There were over 200 organizations that came together. They decided that they needed an economic development organization at the statewide level. We have bipartisan support. We've survived through a few administrations now, so we're pretty good. We're located in Lansing, although most of us on the tour here are from Ann Arbor. There's 7 strategic initiatives that the state has and therefore the MEDC has to drive, specifically intended to drive job growth. Particularly, this organization, we're called Entrepreneurship and Innovation is the name of the department, and we work with the service providers, who you'll hear from today, and we'll talk about our engagement with the universities. And Michigan Tech is actually a very active participant in a lot of our university programs at the state level. And then, and the smart zones, and of course you're in a smart zone right now, which is a university connected with an incubator in an area where we're intended to drive high-tech companies and job growth, and really pleased with what goes on in Houghton. So the state actually puts $25 million a year into entrepreneurship, high-tech development. And we truly fund, the state is unusual in that we truly fund an entire ecosystem. We don't have one-off programs. You are going to see a lot of those programs today, and what I've been told from other people who've attended is it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. So don't worry, we're going to put the slides up after the presentation. They'll go up on the website. You guys are our 15th out of 15 stops, so it should go up next week. We have 34 programs total if you count all the smart zones. You're going to hear about 20 of them today. All of these programs, yes, it's state money, but they all have eligibility requirements, and there's a screening process for each of them, so it's not automatically a done deal. There are steps that you have to take in order to be eligible to receive the state funds, and we're going to talk through each of those when the programs present. The focus for the state is that a lot of these funds are evergreen. Some of them are grants, but a lot of them are loans because we like to get our money back, and so that we can continue to fund new companies. Also, a lot of them have an equity component to it, where the state actually takes ownership in the companies. And as a state, we've done very well. It's actually paid off for us nicely so far. We couldn't do what we do without the element of volunteership, volunteerism and mentorship in the state, and a lot of people who have been there and done that and built up tech companies that volunteer their time and help other companies come along is huge for us. We know we couldn't do this and be as successful in the state as we are. And then we try to leverage federal funds whenever possible so that the state funds go bigger. And you're going to hear in a few minutes about how to take advantage of those federal funds and how we hope to do that. So who's seen this graph before? Okay, so this is called the chasm. So the book around this is Crossing the Chasm. It's in several other publications as well. So the area, these are actually the stages that an early stage tech company goes through. That pretty red spot is called the Valley of Death, and that's where we play. So for a company, it typically loses they are basically at negative revenue for a long time before they can grow. And just to give you an idea, these are where our programs fit in the Valley of Death. So the idea is everything that you're going to hear today is to help companies bridge that gap. So like I said, quick run through, Q&As, Marilyn knows all, so she'll answer any questions that you have about all of our programs right now.
I'll come up to speed.
But if you have any questions beyond that, we are going to post an FAQ on the website. We'll have that up soon. MichiganAdvantage.org, if you click on Entrepreneurs and Innovators, it will be more detail around each of these programs, and there'll be links to each of them, to each of their websites. So with that, you guys may already know Diane Durance, Julie Q.